we're going to do something pretty quick, but it's really delicious. We're going to make some little homemade pickles. And it's not going to be the canning type, so it's going to be a cold pack, and it just takes a few days to let it rest and to get the flavors in, but it's really nice, really crispy pickles. So the reason why I'm doing this is we're getting overloaded with cucumbers in our garden. So I thought, let's go ahead and use some of these up for pickles. Now, the kind of cucumber that I'm using is called a pickling cucumber. And you can see they're not as long, not as big as the ones you get in the grocery store. And the skin is quite a bit different. Now these will stay crispy when you can them. The normal kind that you get in the store with like the wax covering, I wouldn't use those because they're gonna get soft and a little bit mushy. So I'm just gonna make a quart today just to kind of show you what I do. So let's get started. The first thing I wanna do is I'm gonna put in a half a tablespoon of salt. And if you notice on here, this does not say iodized. So you do not want to use iodized salt. You want to use 100% salt. Sea salt would be even better. The iodine in the iodized salt can make the liquid a little bit cloudy when you're done. Okay, so I've got I'm using a quart jar. I've got just like a little funnel here. So I'll put in my half a tablespoon of 100% salt. I have 1 teaspoon of pickling spice. Looks like this. And then I'm going to add 1 star anise. So what I want to do now is a lot of times when I do my pickling, there's a lot of salt that accumulates on the bottom and not enough on the top. So I'm going to do it a little bit different this time. So I've got a half a cup of white distilled vinegar. And 1 cup of water. So whatever you do on this, it's going to be that 2-to-1 ratio, 2-to-1 ratio, 2 waters to 1 vinegar. So now I'm just going to kind of stir this and get that salt all dissolved in there good. Yeah, that's good. All right, so now we're just going to take our cucumbers and slice them into whatever size you like your pickles. I'm going to do just medium slices. I'll discard each of the ends. So I'm using, 1/4 inch, maybe a little bit less, 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch slices. And if you do, like I said, I'm just using fresh out of the garden. If you do go to the grocery store and you find these pickling cucumbers, get in there and squeeze them a little bit. You don't want them real soft. You want them very firm. If they're soft, that means they've been in the grocery store for a few days. Now I like mine pretty basic. I don't add too much else to mine. You could put in a couple sprigs of dill to make it more of like a dill pickle. You could put a stick of cinnamon in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit more salt on the top. That was maybe a half a teaspoon. So what I'm going to do now is just add enough water to cover everything and get it to the top. So that was only about maybe 1/4 of a cup of water. All right, I'm gonna wipe the rim. And that's just basically so the vinegar and the salt doesn't get in there and rust the top, the lid I put on. All right. So here we have it. We're gonna let these, I'm gonna put them in the refrigerator and we'll let them sit, you know, a week I think is good. It's got a good flavor. If you let them sit 2 weeks, you know, it'll be more absorbed. It'll be a little bit more spicy to it. Yeah, something else you could also do, what I do sometimes, is you could add in a couple of dried red chilies, or even what I'll do a lot, and I should have done it on this one because we got lots of jalapenos coming in from the garden. Take a jalapeno and just cut it in big slices and put it in there. That you'll get some nice hot flavored pickles. So there we have it. We'll let these sit 7 days. We'll bring them back out. All right, so I wanted to show you I have enough cucumbers to do like another pint. So I've got, you know, the same ratio of water to vinegar. I put in my salt and my pickling spices. Have the salt dissolved. So this one I'm going to do, I'm just going to put in a couple of red chilies, tear them in half, and I've got some dill. I'm going to put in 1 whole sprig of dill in here. All right, we'll fill up our jar. Push down there as much as you can. Also, when you squeeze them all in there, you get rid of some of the little air pockets in there too, which is good. Okay, same thing, fill up the rest with some water. Wipe off the rim. And I also made one other one. It'll be interesting to taste it when we're done. It's, you know, very similar to the quart that I made, and I just put in like a teaspoon of sugar. So maybe it'll give it a little bit of a sweet flavor. I'm kind of anxious to try that one. Okay, we'll test all these in about 7 days. We'll see what they taste like. All right, it's time to taste the pickles. The middle one here is just regular. This one is the one I put a little bit of sugar in it. And then this one here has the dill. So let's see which one might taste the best. Let's do the regular one first. Very good. Not too sour. Yeah, I like that. They're all going to be really crispy. This recipe just keeps them nice and crunchy. Here's the one with the, I put a little bit of sugar in it. It doesn't taste that much difference. So next time, maybe I'll add I think I put a teaspoon in, we'll put a tablespoon of sugar next time and see if it makes that much difference. And here's the one with the dill, and I'm pretty sure this is tasting different because I can smell the difference. Yeah, I definitely like the dill. Yeah, really good. Actually, this tastes a little bit sweet. Maybe I put the sugar in this one. Anyways, they're all good. They all win. It's a tie. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to Dead Foodie right over there. Thank you for watching, and make some homemade pickles.